Hi everyone, my name is Christophe and welcome to this new video of Logo Books. Today I have this well-known book for you, which is called Logo by Michael Evamy. Or is it Evamy? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's do this. Let's take a look at the book. There are probably a lot of you that already know this book and maybe even own it, but I decided to make a video on it anyway because it has some remarkable aspects that I believe you should know about. Let's start with the cover. There is not a lot to see actually, just the title, logo and the beautiful blue color. On the spine we can find the complete title, which is Logo, the reference guide to symbols and logotypes by Michael Evamy or Evamy, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And you can of course also find the logo of Laurence, which is the publisher of this book. On the back you get a little bit of information on the book written by Michael Bierut. So what has Michael Bierut to do with this book? The cover was designed by Pentagram and the design of the book, so the layout was done by Spin. I would also like to talk about the table of contents, which looks in my opinion a bit strange. And the reason for that is because the table of contents is spread over 2 pages and it took me quite a while before I got what was trying to be represented with this table of contents. But as you can see here, you see 4 black bars, actually 5, and I didn't understand what it meant. It really doesn't make sense to me why they would add these lines and those black bars, but I think this was done just to give you a visual representation of the weight of each chapter in this book. So this bar, for example, is very large, so it takes the biggest chunk of the book, which are symbols. And here, for example, which is a very small bar, and those are logotypes and letters. So I think the table of contents was designed in this way just to give you a quick visual representation of how the book is divided and how many logos of each type you can find in the book. This is how the book looks. So you get just logos spread over the pages. It looks very clean, very neat. But I noticed one big downside, and that is the text. The text is very, very small and it's not always that easy to read because, well, small text, small leading, but it's still readable though. I mean, it's not that I have bad eyes, although I'm wearing glasses, but I'm still capable of reading it perfectly, but in my opinion it's a bit too small. When I flipped through this book, I noticed that it didn't felt right. It looked like something was off, but I didn't knew immediately what it was. And I'll come back to that later. But what I also noticed was on one of the first pages, the logo of Microsoft. It's not sharp at all. I can see the pixels of it, and when I saw that I thought, well, what is this? This book is so popular and they couldn't even manage to get the vectorized logo from Microsoft. I mean, that's something that you can find on Google. So I really don't know what happened here. Maybe they used the wrong file, maybe it's just an error, I don't know, but yeah, seeing that made me not very happy. It's the only logo that I found like this. Maybe there are a couple of others, I'm not sure, but I think it's the only one. But yeah, it was so mind-blowing to see the logo of Microsoft in this poor condition. Another thing that is bothering me is that a lot of these logos are just grayscaled. For example, this logo from IBM, it's not 100% black, it's just dark gray, and I'm wondering, why is it like that? I know the IBM logo is blue and it's clear that this is just a grayscale of the IBM logo, but why don't just put it in black? This book is the pocket-sized version of, well, the original one, and it really feels like they just took the original pages and made the pages smaller, put it in book and just print it. That's really a feeling that I have. I said that when I first took a look at the book that it felt a bit off, and that is because the printing and the cutting is not straight. Printing is done good, but the problem is how the pages were cut. If you take a look at the top black bar and the spacing between the page number on the top and the space on the bottom, left bottom, you can see that there is a lot of difference, and all pages are just like that. It's really bad to see it like that. And what's bothering me as well are the black bars that can be seen here on the spine. And now that I'm talking about this book, I realize what it is. I thought it was also a result of the bad cutting of the book, but it's just the representation of the black bars that we saw in the beginning at the contents. So I just realized that. So these black bars, they're just the same as these. Yeah, very weird that I didn't notice that earlier. So as a conclusion, I can say that this book is a good book, and I was probably unlucky by having a book that was, well, not very well finished. So I do believe that a lot of these books will look good, and I'm curious to know about your book. If you have this one, does your have the same problems, or is it just a minority of the books that, well, had a miscut? So I'm curious to know that, so please leave that in the comment sections down below. That was the review for this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you haven't done it yet, don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can do that by clicking right here. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.